Yep. So recently, the game Lego DC Supervillains was released, the latest in the kind of Lego line released by TT Games, which had started, or at least started this line in 2005 with Lego Star Wars the video game. You can list several franchises, and pretty much most of them will have kind of a Lego equivalent that TT Games released, such as Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, the Lego Movie, of course. Even The Incredibles got one earlier this year. It was a pretty fun playthrough, and of course DC and Marvel. The only I personally love this series. I've mentioned Ken before in games that I think people should play in their lifetime. I do think the Lego series is a particularly good one. The only one that I didn't really play due to the exclusivity of it was Lego Dimensions, but I kind of watched the story through and I didn't think it looked kind of fun. I just didn't particularly get to play it. But anyway, the latest one in the kind of Lego releases is Lego DC Supervillains. Again, following on with their tradition of kind of using kind of comic book characters. As I said, they've used DC and Marvel in the past with 3 Lego Batman games and also Lego Avengers, Lego Marvel Superheroes, and Lego Marvel Superheroes 2. Mainly what I like about them is that they're quick. They're quick, fairly quick to play. You got a series of short levels, kind of stuff you have to collect, but then you can also kind of go back and collect them. They're simple, they're fairly simple gameplay, and overall they're just fun. I mean, I've heard people remark that, oh, once you've played one Lego game, you've played them all, in the game that they're all the same, and to a certain level I can kind of see what they mean. For kind of like hardcore gamers, it might get a little repetitive, because they don't really change much up, but for casual gamers like me, they're, as I say, they're quick, they're simple, and they're fun. And often, I like that they kind of keep to the same format, because it means you can focus a bit more on the kind of the story and the actions. The plot of this particular version of the game, Lego DC Supervillains, is that you play as the villains, of course. You get to design a brand new villain at the start, who you can play as you choose throughout the game. But then you also play as the big time DC supervillains, such as the Joker, Harley Quinn. You've got Lex Luthor, you've got Cheetah, and you've got a whole load of other great ones from DC Comics, such as Captain Cold, Heatwave, Gorilla Grodd, Black Manta. Yeah, you can play as a whole lot of them. And one day when they're all doing their stuff, doing villain things, fighting the heroes, seemingly a new set of heroes known as the Justice Syndicate appear on your Earth and use a device to zap the Justice League away. So, as well as causing chaos, you also have to try and team up with other supervillains to find out exactly what the Justice Syndicate want, where have the Justice League gone, and rather reluctantly trying to get them back. Yeah, which is kind of fun. I mean, once again, they use actors that they're known for, or who have done the characters in the past. But then they also do bring in a couple of people who have played other characters in movies and TV. There was a notable one that I can't really remember, but yeah, the other big notable one for me was that while his character in Arrow is now effectively dead, they brought John Barrowman back to play Malcolm Merlyn, which I thought was a rather nice touch. He's not in the game much, but yeah, once you hear him, you're like, yeah, that's John Barrowman doing that. But yeah, the thing that I like about this game in particular is that it kind of brought forward all the best parts of the first 3 Lego Batman games. In the first one, once you had done all the hero missions, you could travel over to Arkham Asylum and play through the same similar missions, same similar story, but from the villain's perspective. So you are getting that view this time around. It took the free roam aspects that became popular in Lego Batman 2, like being able to explore Gotham and this time Metropolis as well. I mean, there was that ability in Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham, where you could explore the Watchtower, the Hall of Justice. You could even find the Hall of Doom, but you could also explore the Batcave, the Moon, and other planets. But you couldn't actually go out to Gotham or Metropolis, whereas this time you can. And yeah, the kind of twists towards the ending of when you find out why the Justice Syndicate are here, what they're looking for, and who is actually pulling the strings from behind the scenes. I don't know if these characters had a particular link in the comics, but I feel it was a nice little twist. The only one thing that kind of bugged me at one point, but I've since got over since playing it, was there's a part right at the end of the official story where your character is congratulated for everything they've done, and you can choose to either become a hero or stay as a villain. And I don't know, I mean, I picked a hero first time around, but then something about that bugged me that since the game was Lego DC supervillains, I kind of felt like it should have been like the ending of Lego Marvel Superheroes 1, in which the heroes say, right, you're all villains, but you effectively helped to save the day, so we'll give you a 10-minute head start. I kind of felt like that was coming, but yeah, I picked hero first time around, but then when I looked at the villain ending, okay, if you chose to be a villain, I guess saw that through on YouTube and thought, yeah, that would have been fairly satisfying. Yeah, it's really a small nitpick, but yeah, I think once again the Lego games are rather underappreciated, and I do think they're kind of, as I said, they're quick, they're simple, and they're fun. They may not be for kind of hardcore gamers who may find them kind of a bit repetitive, but for casual gamers like myself, they're a good series, and this is the latest one in the series, and it's a pretty good one. So, yeah, would I recommend it to everyone? Probably not, but for casual gamers, sure. They're still fun games. Until then, see ya.